So, what does it look like to put together the program for an experience such as Surrender? How can we use a strung together collection of songs and musical offerings and various music related experiences to create this gigantic whole that we are advertising as this one of a kind, spiritually guided musical experience? Well, the answer is it all comes down to guiding the energy through the music that we are playing. We start off with the title song of Surrender, which, as was talked about a couple days ago, it starts off very subtly and very calmly, and then each section just builds and builds and builds in energy until by the end it is the very musical representation of the concept of surrender, fully letting go and singing a melody that actually does not even have any words to it as we all join together in this incredible musical offering. We then proceed into our second original composition, which was written for this show, I Am Filled, which is a slightly lighter and somewhat less intense, but still very exuberant outpouring of emotion, somewhat similar to The End of Surrender. So once these first two songs have given us the opportunity to truly embrace this outward energy that we are all sharing in together, then it is time to start bringing things inward a little bit. And after a transitional period of improvisation, actually led by yours truly, we move into the beautiful choral selection, When the Earth Stands Still. And once that song is done, we then continue to move deeper inward with a period that is guided by our sound bowl healer and by our meditation guide. A period where the goal is to truly release these emotions that we have been able to work through in these first few songs and prepare ourselves to enter a period of genuine peace and relaxation and healing. It is at this point that we will transition into one of the most transcendent pieces of music in the entire choral literature, Eric Eschenwald's Stars. This piece sits entirely out of time, as if you are just floating in the cosmos, beholding the incredible beauty that is around you. As we return a little bit from the cosmos to the earth, we then have a cover of Cody Fry's simple yet poignant song, Pictures of Mountains, reminding us of the home in which we live and the importance of staying grounded and connected, even in a world that seems increasingly disconnected from each other and from the very planet in which we live. Then continuing with this same very beautiful, heartfelt emotion that we have captured through Pictures of Mountains, we enter into the beginning of Michael Jackson's Earth Song. Those of you familiar with this number might know that somewhat similar to our title song of Surrender, it starts off relatively placid and grows and grows and grows into somewhat of a fever pitch by the end, once again encouraging us to look outward and to just embrace this exuberance and exhilaration that we can all experience like nothing else through music. To transition out of this period, one of my co-producers, Nathan, will then be guiding another period of improvisation, which ultimately leads us into a beautiful choral arrangement of an indigenous American folk song, Ancient Mother. This tune reminding us of the planet upon which we are all dependent for our own lives and our own livelihoods, then transitions immediately into Frank Ticheli's well-loved and absolutely beautiful composition, also called Earth Song. In a similar vein to Eschenwald's Stars, this song allows us to float out of time, just breathing in the beauty and the peace that we can experience in an incredible outing in nature, just taking in what nature and what the earth, our home, has to offer us. At this point, it is time for our second and final period of meditation, which will help us do the exact opposite of what the first period of meditation did. Instead of helping us move from really grounded and connected into this grandiose bird's eye view of the world in which we live, we are now reconnecting ourselves back to exactly where we are and preparing ourselves for our last series of energetic offerings. It is now time for our final new song of the program, which actually comes from Disney's The Lion King of all sources in They Live in You. Similar to a couple other songs here, this piece begins with a very gentle flow, but then builds more and more and more energy until by the end we will have every singer, every band player, and hopefully many of you as well, singing along and just sharing in this incredibly exuberant moment. And as They Live in You comes to a close, we briefly return to the chorus of our main title song, Surrender, and with that, we will leave you to go out into the world having experienced whatever all of this has elicited for you individually. But at the end of the day, remember, I can talk about it all day long, but there is nothing like just experiencing it yourself. So whether you want to come sing with us, whether you want to come get coached by our production team and receive that one-on-one attention, or whether you just want to sit back and enjoy the event on October 26th, we would love to have you come join us. Cannot wait to see you there. I'll see you tomorrow for another 30 Days of Surrender.